Good morning students. Once again welcome back to Python class. In this class we'll continue the previous topic. In the last class what I've explained different numerical functions from a NumPy module I've explained. Actually NumPy module is a numeric package where you have thousands of mathematical functions that can be performed on arrays. So in the last class I have explained a few functions like a range function, long space, line space, zeros and ones. Okay, so what is a range function actually here? I want to create an array, but I don't want to give all the elements. I will give the starting value, ending value, and what is the difference between each and every element. That information I will give. Automatically an array is created. That is a range function. The next one is line space. It is similar to a range function only, but in case of a range function, what will give the difference between each and every element will give. But in a line space, what will give? We won't give the difference between each and every element. The system, that function will calculate the difference between each and every element. Just will pass information will like how many elements I want in the array. Only that information I will give based on the number of elements you are giving. On that basis, between a starting and ending value, it will calculate the elements. It will give the elements. That is the line space. Now, log space, what we do is, in the log space, will give the starting value, ending value, and how many elements you want in the array. That also will give. What extra information will pass is, here will give the base information. Okay, decimal base or binary, whatever value you are creating in the array, that information will give in a log space function. And in zeros function, what will do? In zeros function, all the arrays are created with the zeros. Okay, so in what dimension you want, it doesn't matter. But all the elements are zeros only. Here the mandatory attributes are shape, means how many rows you want and how many columns you want. And order also I have given. Order means whether you want to create a horizontally or vertically. If it is a horizontally, will give a C. If it is a vertical, will give a H. That is the zeros. Next come to the ones function. What is the ones function is here? It is exactly similar to zeros function. Here just what we do is, instead of creating an array with all the zeros, we will create an array with all the ones. Here also the record information will give like a shape, dtype and order. So shape means how many rows you want and how many columns you want. Okay, that will give. And order as already explained, C for a horizontal and F for a vertical. Now see the example. Now come to today's topic, that is mathematical operations and array. Okay, so mathematical actually, so NumPy package is based on numbers only. So if it is a number, obviously you can perform different types of mathematical operations on arrays. So what mathematical operations you have that you can perform on arrays, that we'll discuss today. Okay, like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, mod, module, square, power, like this, all these functions you can perform on arrays using the mathematical operations. So here few functions I have explained. Out of that, the first one is add a number to all the elements of the array. It is nothing but the addition function. So these addition functions you can perform in different ways. So in the first method, what we do is, we'll add one value to each and every element. That is the first one. The second one is, we'll create two arrays and we'll add the two arrays. It will form the third one. That is the second method. The third one is using a built-in function like add, subtraction, like that. Using that function also you can perform additions. So that three methods I have explained here. Once you see, here I have created an array, np.array. Okay, np is the NumPy module and I am using the functions of that module. Okay, so here how many elements we have? 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next line you see, right shift have given, there a plus 1 have given. Here what is a actually? Here a is an array. To that array, what I am adding? 1 I am adding. So this one is added to each and every element of that array. Okay, so array is actually, original array is 1, 2, 3, 4. So if you add 1 will become 2, 2 will become 3, 3 will become 4, 4 will become 5. That is the first one. The second one, you see, I have created two arrays, array 1, array 2. Array 1 equals to np dot array. Np is a module, array is a function. So how many elements you have? 5 elements, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Now second array is np dot a range. A range function means what actually? Between a starting and ending value, with the starting and ending value, a new array is created. Here how many values I am giving? 4, 5. So if you have not mentioned anything, that will be a ending value. So 0 to 5, 5 elements I am creating. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That will become here 5 elements. Now you see the third array. Array 3 equals to array plus array 2. What is the array 1 here? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. What is an array 2 here? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you add array 1 and array 2. Array 1 is 10, no? 10 plus 0, 10. 20 plus 1, 21. 30 plus 2, 32. 40 plus 3, 43. 50 plus 4, 54. Okay. So here we are using a range built-in function. Range means what actually? Will give the value between that the starting and ending value, an array is created. So here I have given 5, no? So an array is created with 5 elements. So obviously array starts from a 0, no? So it is a 0 to 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 elements. Okay. Now see the third one. Here the third method I am using a built-in function, predefined function. See, first array, second array, and I am adding that one. First array a equals to np dot range 9. So first array is created with 9 elements. Okay. Now that type of each and every element is float, and it is a 3 rows and 3 columns. So shape I have given first parameter for a row and second parameter for a column. Now you print the first array. It will print the first array like a 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is the first matrix. Now the second one is 10, 20, 30. Here. So 10, 20, 30. So new array is created. I will add a comma b. Now see the third one, subtracting. Subtracting is nothing but a deducting. Okay. So you see the example. Here also you can subtract elements. You can subtract a value element wise, or you can subtract one array from another array, or you can use a built-in subtract function. So you see the example program here. Import numpy as np. Numpy is a module and I am giving alias np. Now I am creating an array. You see a equals to, here what is the name of the array? A equals to np dot a range. So I am creating an array with 9 elements, 0 to 8, and I am reshaping that. Shaping is 3, 3 rows, 3 columns. Now you see the example. Array 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, like that. With 8 elements I have created an array. Now I am subtracting 1 from each and every element. You see the fifth line, a minus 1. So 0 minus 1, minus 1, and 1 minus, like that. 2 minus 1, 1. Okay, actually here values are interchanged. 3 minus 1, 2, 4 minus 1, 3, 5 minus 1, 4, like that. Element is subtracted from each and every element. Now you see the second example. I am creating an array, array 1, a range. I am creating an array with 4 elements, and the shape of the array is 2 rows and 2 columns. Shape I have given. First parameter for a row and second parameter for a column. Now I am printing a first array. How you will get, how array you will get? 0, 1, 2, 3, like that you will get. Second array, array 2 equals to np dot array. Again here I am using a function. What are the elements? 12, 12. So you subtract. Okay, you will get a third one. Now you see the multiplication. Multiplication. You see, I am creating a new array. Multiply means multiplying an element with another element. I am creating a first array. A equals to np dot range. So So I am creating an array with 9 elements, and shape of that array is 3 rows and 3 columns. Okay, so I have printed, you see, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now you see the array B equals to np dot range 10 comma 19. So here I have given starting and ending value. So with the 9 elements, a new array is created, and that array elements between 10 and 19. No? So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And shape of that array is 3 rows, 3 columns. So when you multiply, what you will get, you see 10 into 0, 0, 11 into 1, 11, 12 into 2, 24, like that. Element wise multiplication is done by using a multiplication operator, that is the asterisk. Okay, or you can use the multiply built-in function, which is available from a NumPy package. Next, you see the square number of each array. Square means multiply with the same number. You can see multiply with the square means the 2 power. First I have created an array A equals to np dot range. Okay, range how much I have given? 9 elements. 9 elements you have given means array is created with the 9 elements, that is 0 to 8. And what is the shape of the array here? 3 rows, 3 columns. Okay, shape is nothing but the first parameter for a row and the second parameter for a column. Now, when you print A, what you will get? Array 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, in the next line, in the fifth line, you see A power 2 have given. Square. 0 square 0, 1 square 1, 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16, 5 square 25, 6 square 36, and 7 49, 8 64. So square also you can calculate, and that function also you are getting from a NumPy package. Next one you see mod. Actually, what is the use of this mod function? Mod function gives the remainder of the division. Okay, so when you perform a mod, no, you will get the remainder, right? So in the example program, you see here also you will get element wise only. Import NumPy as a NP. So we are importing NumPy package. Now A equals to np dot array. Here NP means what? Actually it is an alias of NumPy package. np dot array, and how many elements are there in the A? 10, 20, 30. And how many elements are there in the B? 3, 5, 7. Now we are printing a first element, and we are printing a first array. Next we are printing a second array. Now we are applying mod function. You see, print np dot mod A comma B. Now you see the output. First one here, 3 3s are 9, remainder is 1. 5 4s are 20, remainder is 0. 7 2s are 14. Okay, actually here we got a wrong output, I think. Okay, so it is actually how 13, no, it is. So it is actually how much output you will get? 7 1s are 7, 7 2s are 14, 7 3s are 21, 7 4s are 28. 7 4s are 28, and the remainder is 2, no? It is correct only. Mod operation. So if it is a mod operation, what you will store? Will store the remainder. So here also the element of the second array is means it is a divider. Okay, so 10 is divided with 3 and the remainder is 1. 20 is divided with 5, remainder is 0. 30 is divided with 7 and the remainder is 2. So using a mod operation and using a remainder operation, you can calculate remainder. Okay, now comparison operator. So actually what is a comparison operator? Already you have see here before going to the comparison here, I will give you few more function for this mathematical, that is a square root already I have given, mean, median, standard deviation, unique, sort, all these mathematical functions you can perform and the arrays. Okay, now come to the comparison operators. Comparison operators are used to compare arrays. See, like in C, C++, we have a comparison operators like less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, not equals to. Similarly, here in Python also we have some comparison operators that you can perform on arrays. Okay, so here first I'll give you the comparison operator. Greater than, it compares whether the first array is greater than the second array or not. Greater than, the second one is a greater than or equals to, it compares whether the first array is greater than or equals to the second array. The third one is a less than, it compares whether the first array is less than the second one. Less than or equals to, it compares whether the first array is less than or equals to the second one. Next, equals to, it compares whether the first array is equals to the second array. Now it compares not equals to, it compares whether the first array is not equals to the second one. So these are the comparison operators. In C and C++ we used to say that relational operators, comparison operators, which are used to compare one element with another element. So here what we are comparing? We are comparing one array with another array. Okay, so here how many comparison operators we have? Greater than or equals to, less than or equals to, not equals to. Okay, you see in this example a equals to np dot array. Okay, what is the name of the array? A. And how many elements you have in that array? 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you see the second one, b equals to np dot array. How many elements you have? 4 elements. Now you see a equals to b. Here a is not single equals to, it is double equals to. So if it is a double equals to, it is called as a comparison. Okay, if it is a single equals to, it is called as an assignment. So we are comparing first array elements with the second array. You see, first array, in the first array what is the first element? 1. 1 equals to 4, false. Next 2 equals to 2, true. 3 equals to 2, false. 4 equals to 4, true. So elements of first array is compared with the second array. If it is equals, then you will get a true. If it is not equals, you will get a false. Now you see a greater than b, a greater than b. See, you compare. 1 is greater than 4, false. 2 is greater than 2, false. 3 is greater than 2, true. 4 is greater than 4, false. So here one element of the array is compared with another element of the array. Okay, like that here I have given equals to, double equals to, greater than I have given. Same example you can give for a less than or equals to, greater than or equals to, not equals to. Now here array wise comparison, you see here how many arrays we have? 2 arrays. What is the first array? A equals to np dot array. How many elements you have? 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4. And b equals to np dot array 4, 2, 2, 2. Okay, so same example I have given. False, because 1 equals to 4, false. 2 equals to 2, false. 3 equals to 2, false. Like that. Now you see the logical operations. Logical operations already I have explained, logical and logical not, like that. So here I have given examples with built-in functions. What is the first array? A. A equals to np dot array. What is the name of the array? A. np dot array. How many elements you have? 4 elements. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now you see the second array, b equals to np dot array. How many elements you have? 1, 0, 1, 0. Now you see the third line, np dot logical OR. Logical OR means if at least one is true, one element is true, out of these 2 arrays, you will get a true result. Otherwise, you will get a false result. Okay. Now we'll see logical OR. At least one element of 2 arrays should be true, no? So you see the first one, 1, 1. True, true, you will get a true. Second one, 1, 0. True, false. You will get true. You see the third one, 0, 0. Is it true? No? True. You will get true. Next you see false, 0 0, it is a false, you will get a false result only. First one is a true true true, second one is a true false true. At least one should be true, no? This is the third one. Third one is in the first array true, in the second array false. You will get a true only. You see the last element in the first array and the last element in the second array. It is a false false. You will get a false result only. Now, see when you are discussing about logical operators, no, you should compare element of same position. First, second, third, fourth. First in the first array in the first position what you have true. In the second array in the first position what you have true. Both are true, so that is why you get a true. Okay. Now you see the logical AND. Logical AND means what actually? If both elements from the both array in the same position are true, then only you will get a true result. Otherwise you will get a false result. See, same and for logical AND also I am using same arrays. Logical AND A comma B. Okay. A comma in the A what you have 1 1 0 0 means true true false false. In the second array true false true false. Okay. Now we'll compare. If it is true means what happened? In both the arrays both the elements should be true. Now you see the first position 1 1 true true, so that is why you will get true. So in the next second element, third element, fourth element, only one element is true, so that is why the remaining all the elements will be false. Okay, this is the AND means all the elements should be true, then only you will get a true result, otherwise you will get a false result. Okay, same logical NOT also you can give. It is a true, you will get a false. If it is a false, you will get a true. So that operations also you can perform. Okay, so logical NOT, logical whatever operations I have explained, logical AND, logical OR, logical NOT, that three you can perform on the arrays. Okay, so this is about logical operations. So with this, mathematical operations, relational operations and logical operators, that we completed. Okay, in relational operators what you have? Less than or equals, but whatever operations you are performing, you need to compare element of two arrays with the same position, then you will get a true result, otherwise you will get a false result. Now next, transposition, transpose. Okay, transpose you can add. Yes, rows will be converted into the columns and the columns will be converted into rows. Okay, so here just will use a capital T, matrix dot T, that whatever matrix you have given, that will be transposed, means rows will be converted into the columns and columns will be converted into the rows. The next one is aliasing an array. Aliasing means what actually? Giving a new name to a existing array. Example, in this example you see, I have created one array. What is the name of the array? A equals to 81, 82, 83. So array name is A. Now in the second line you see B equals to A have given. B equals to A means whatever elements, whatever memory is there, that is assigned to a B. So A and B both are assigning a same memory locations. That is called as an alias. Example, for the few people, one is the original name and the second one is the nickname, but person is same. No, here also A is the original name, B is nothing but it is an alias, a new name. But whatever elements and whatever memory locations that variables are using, no, that will be same. Okay, you see the definition. Aliasing describes a situation in which a data location in memory can be accessed through different symbolic names. So same memory location is accessed by two variables, that is called as an alias. Okay, in this example one pic I have given. Once you go through the pic, first actually you see the memory location, whatever boxes are there, no, and that boxes are nothing but the memory. And in the first block 81, in the second block 82, and the third block 83. So the same memory is accessed by A and the same memory is accessed by B, because B is aliased A. Just here aliasing is nothing but giving a different names to same memory location, and that memory location can be accessed by that different names. Okay, the next one is a view and copy. See, these points already I've explained. View means what actually? First of all, view means you can just view the array, and a copy means whatever array is there now with that elements, a new array is created. That is a copy. So here what you have to do is you have to differentiate view and array, view and copy. See, copy, what definition I given? Copy is nothing but the maintaining a duplicate copy. So using a copy operation, if you are performing a copy operation on any array, what happened? A new copy is created with the same elements. So in Python, using this copy, what happened? If you have created a duplicate copy, and if you are making any changes to the duplicate copy, that will not affect the original copy. And whatever changes you are making to the original copy, that is not affect the duplicate copy. That is the copy operation. This function already I have explained in a arrays function. Okay. See, one last second line, you see, when we make changes to the copy, it does not affect the original array, and when changes are made to the original array, it does not affect the copy. So here I have used built-in function copy, arr.copy. Okay, so arr.copy means we are copying the elements of arr. Now view, actually view is just view of the original array, and when you are performing a view operation, it won't create any copy and it won't own any element, just it will present an array to the users. Okay, so, and using a view we cannot perform means we cannot perform any changes, but using a copy you can perform changes, but that will be applicable to the only the copied array, not the original one. Just view is nothing but presenting an elements, that's it. Copy means creating a new copy with the same elements, and you can add an element, you can delete an element. If you want make any changes to the copied array, you can make. Okay, so this is about mathematical, logical, relational operations in Python, and these are all functions we are getting from a NumPy package only. Okay, thank you.